Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Can we talk with Monique? I am Monique. Before we get started, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that little bell, and that way you'll be notified of all my uploads. Let's get into this call. So this particular thumbnail is Shirley Strawberry with her veil on. And she's sitting there. Wow, that's supposed to be Ernesto, and she's signing the marriage certificate. And then this one here is also Shirley. I wanted to, do pictures with her hair laid because her hair is always done. So in this particular episode of Phone Calls from Prison, okay, there is a call between Dre, which is Ernesto's best friend, and Ernest Williams. And, Ernest is in jail. Shirley is not really talking to him, but this is a call a few weeks later, and he mentions the marriage certificate. And, there's been this thing about this marriage certificate, whether or not Shirley is married to Ernesto. Some bloggers like Tasha K, I'm sure they have the means and the ability and to check, and they said they haven't found one at all. One wasn't filed, which doesn't mean that they weren't married. But then there's the other issue of Ernest possibly being married to someone else while he was married to Shirley, and maybe the marriage not being valid. So, it's a very complicated situation. You don't want to get into anybody's marriage, but I want to go to this phone call. Let's listen to it. It's Dre talking to Ernest, and Dre is asking him some questions. But toward the end of the call, Ernest just kind of slipped some things in there about his commissary, life insurance, and a marriage certificate. And I thought it was really interesting. Again, guys, go to Phone Calls from Prison, and that is the channel where you can listen to all of the calls. But let's listen to this call because y'all, it's giving some things here. And like I said, let me set it up. Ernest is in prison, in jail. Dre is speaking to him, and they're talking about multiple conversations, but it gets a little juicy here at the end. Let's listen.
I'm good. I'm straight. I ain't got no commissary. Could you please send me $100, please, sir?
You don't have no commissary.
I mean, for give my, cosmetic, because she ain't send me.
Oh, ain't no money on your book?
No, she ain't send me nothing too much. She cut me off.
I thought saying ain't no money. What about Deion and all your family, your folks, your friends, stuff? They don't think nothing?
Listen, bro. I don't have nobody, bro.
You should have all them should be able to come up with 56. I'm going to send you some money. Hold on. What I'm saying,
I like Dre. Because Dre's like, well, wait a minute. Because he slipped this in at the end of the conversation. He was like, I'm good. Could you send me about $100 for my commissary, sir? And Dre's like, well, what happened to all your folks and stuff? Your son, Deion, and can't they send you $25, $30? And what about Shirley? He was like, she cut me off. She hasn't sent me anything in, some weeks. And so, yeah. And I don't know if this is an appropriate situation to talk about that, but a lot of times you really find out, sometimes when you get into a kerfuffle, who your friends really are. But I don't know if it applies in this particular case, but let's see what else Dre is saying, and let's listen in when he starts talking about the marriage certificate.
everybody in your corner that know you. Okay, I sent it to you. I ain't worried about that. I don't understand.
I don't.
Deion
Man, Deion sent me not $1 since I've been here.
Are you serious?
Deion sent me $1 since I've
Well, what about the money I gave him the first time before I learned how to do the app? He didn't send that to you?
No, he was doing something else, trying to figure something else out.
Okay, so it looks to me here, he's saying Deion is Ernest's son. And it appears that Dre gave Deion some money to send to his dad to put on his books, but it never got to him. And yeah, don't sound like Dre is really happy.
He's not sent me one dime.
I thought you told me to give him 150 or 200 or something like that, 300.
I did, but he's supposed to have been sending in my book. I mean, put on his credit card and all that. I never received it.
My God.
I never received it. He said he was trying to figure it out, but I never received it.
Really?
No, that's been a year ago. I've been locked up 13 months, bro. I got one friend on my corner right now that you talked to like 2 months ago. And they've been on their shit ever since. Ever since they've been on their shit. So, that's it. That's it. That's what I got, bro. They've been on their shit. They got the Justice Department for me. They got everything. They on their shit. Trust me, they on their shit. So, that's what I got, bro. That's it.
So Shirley don't email you or text you no more?
No, she don't do nothing, bro. She don't.
So he asked if Shirley emails him, texts him, and he said no. And is Shirley completely finished? A lot of us who have been in relationships with people who I feel are on the spectrum based on a DSM-5, you got to be totally, completely done. Is she completely done? I don't know. And this is her marriage. This is the covenant. But is she really legally married to him? Is there really a covenant? Because people take their covenant. I'm sure she thought she was married, I suppose. But let's finish listening. Listen out for this marriage certificate and this life insurance thingamajigger.
Don't do nothing. She don't.
Really?
Put that same person over there, and that's fine. They can have all that, bro. What I'm gonna tell you right now, she do have an insurance policy. Now she does have something. If I die or something like that, so she got
right.
she got $2 million for that. So something happened to me. I put that on when I first went to the hospital that time.
Now he said that Shirley does have a $2 million policy on him, that in case if something happens to Ernesto, he can bury her and take care of whatever. He said he put that into effect when he went to the hospital. And I know on Instagram, people put their whole life on Instagram, everything they do. I know I saw some pictures of Ernesto in the hospital. I don't know if it was graded. I don't know where it was at. But he had some of his barbershop attendants, his employees that came to visit him. And he was standing there in his gown with an IV pole, looked like some antibiotics. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he had a gallstone attack or whatever, but he was in the hospital. So maybe that's the time. Y'all could go look for that on Instagram. But anyway, let's listen about the marriage certificate.
I got
Yeah.
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 She do have that. So she's straight on that if something happens to me. So I'm not worrying about that because she's gonna be straight. If she still had that marriage certificate.
Now that's a strange thing to say. Right? She was like, she gonna be straight on that. Because, if somebody passes away, they want to see that you're married or, something like that. But then he goes, she's straight on that if she still has the marriage certificate. Now, what would make him think, I'm just saying, this is just me thinking, that she don't have it? And there's been this, would that be you would think she would have it. He's like, if she still has the marriage certificate. So I'm just thinking, what would make him say that? Was that code for something? But if there's an insurance policy, you need the death certificate and maybe even the marriage certificate. I don't know. But what would make him say that? Because Tasha K says she can't find no marriage certificate. And all the other bloggers, the bigger ones, maybe they have other LexisNexis, and, you could go to I know she got married here in the state of Georgia. They could have had a ceremony someplace else, but I don't know. Let's listen.
So if she don't have that, then she done.
And he says if she don't have that, then she done. It's just a weird, it just feels a little, my gut, like something about that marriage certificate is very fishy. And I'm just honing in on it because what's going on around here? Now, this is none of my business, but I'm talking about it because, we need to educate ourselves about how these players be playing. These are players from the Himalayas, in the words of, Martin. But I just thought it was very strange, y'all. Y'all let me know. He was like, if she still have that marriage certificate, but if she don't have it, then she done. Is he talking about the life insurance policy that he has, just in case something should happen to him and she doesn't have it, she's done? Or with everything else that's going on and she can't prove that she's married, then she's done? It's just a weird combination going on here. And I am just totally, thinking about, like, are they married? Is Shirley Strawberry married to this man? This is the first time I've heard about marriage certificates. I've heard about the marriage per se, but I've heard about the marriage certificate specifically only in this phone call, but then with other people and other people who are reporting on this story, like, they couldn't find it. Now, I didn't go looking. I ain't going that deep. I just, look at things from a spiritual standpoint, and also, from a standpoint of education. Now, I want you guys to thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. If you go back to my first phone call, or was it on my other channel? I don't remember. But anyway, if you go back to my other phone call, I don't know if it was the first one that I did, but I also spoke about this being people were wondering why these women were just doling out their money. And I was like, guys, this is a spiritual thing. And in one of the phone calls, they mentioned another broadcaster that used to work here in the industry in Atlanta. They mentioned her and mentioned voodoo. Now, I said to myself, you know what? People didn't get it when I said this is a spiritual thing. And they were like, why all these women? There was some alleged allegations against Ernesto. And, as far as money and fraudulent activity, he's been not been convicted of anything. And there's been no indictments. And people were wondering, well, why would these women be giving them their money like that and not getting anything in return? And I was like, this is a spiritual thing. If you don't know the signs of what to look for, what to even assess for, and there's certain things that he has said in these phone calls that, I was like, sex magic. Mm-hmm. But anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think about this particular video. What do you think about this marriage certificate? Do you think they are married, or what do you think was what he was saying? I just thought it was really, really strange. And in my next video, I'll try to delve a little bit more into some of the stuff that they were basically saying, that there's some other type of stuff going on in the background. But all right, y'all, like, share, subscribe. Please hit that little bell. And thank you to the subscribers who have subscribed to the channel. All right, y'all. Thank you. Bye-bye.